the opportunity to speak here today. My name is Aviva Gail Buncel. I'm a fourth-year environmental studies student, and I live in Ward 14, Toronto Danforth. I'm here today because I am desperately concerned about the climate emergency and because I am inspired by this motion of carbon accountability, institutionalizing governance, a carbon budget, and an offsets credits policy. Climate change is impacting us all, but especially people most marginalized in our current systems, and the young people who will have to deal with it for years to come. Last summer, I had the opportunity to work outdoors with kids, and they asked me, why is it so hot out? Why is there a hole in the ozone? What is climate change? And I always struggled to figure out how to answer them. I struggle with the global reality that the work that needs to be done for a livable future is not happening fast enough, while also recognizing the huge amounts of change that have been made, including mostly closing the ozone hole. So I know what is possible when we put our determination, hearts, policy, and money to addressing problems. I ask that you support this motion of carbon accountability because it is a tangible systemic way to respond to the climate emergency and to ensure that we are on track to reduce our emissions. A carbon budget is a quantifiable way to track how much or how little carbon is being emitted at the city level and to carry that knowledge forwards into all operations and planning. It is a way to hold ourselves accountable and to meet the climate emergency and make our 2040 targets a reality. To make a prosperous, just, and safe city in 2040 a reality and fulfill our global responsibilities to this emergency. Carbon accountability and all city actions responding to the climate emergency takes us one step closer to being able to create a world where kids do not need to grapple with these hard questions. And if they do, it is in the past tense only. Questions of what was climate change? Thank you.
Thank you for your deputation. Are there any questions to the deputant? Okay. Just quickly, because fourth year environmental studies, where do you go?
York University.
What kind of other have you seen any other frameworks of this kind or other carbon accountability things? Like, have you learned about anything like that in your courses?
Sure, exactly. Yeah, I'm sure it's come up in some capacity because when I learned about this motion, like it had sounded like kind of like something I'd learned about and something.
So I don't think it has. That's why I'm saying it's a bit. I don't think it has.
Okay.
It certainly wasn't there when I was a student, and I do think that there's very few people that are putting this sort of thing outward. So I thank you for coming in to point out your support of it, because I do think there's very few examples of this. It is something that we need to go to globally, and maybe it's something you could take back and tell your professors so that they can tell the students about what they're doing, and then when they go move on to other cities, they can bring that there. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of encourage you to take that back and share it widely, because there's not a lot of cities that are doing it, and you probably haven't actually come across it in your class. So, but thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you for coming. Okay, other questions of the deputant? Okay.